Hey, welcome back. So I ended that last video pretty quickly, but I didn't get to celebrate the fact that I had a really great mission. So another day has gone by. Let's recap. I have 8 victory points. I went from 2 to 8 in one mission, which was huge, and I have 9 experience points. It was a very good run. Those inbound missions do pay off sometimes. Just to recap, I need 15 to win for the season. So I just made it over the halfway mark. We're on mission 5 out of 6. So I would have to do some pretty equivalent runs. But this is the big number here. We got over 5. I was sitting at just 2 victory points and almost going to lose 1942. Whether you've watched the other series or you're watching this one, and if you, I don't know, maybe you've played this game a lot or a little. The one thing I'll tell you is 1942 is a bit boring compared to these other ones. These other ones are way more fun, in my opinion, but it's a wonderful get your feet wet kind of thing. And my mindset is that I don't want to be spending experience points like I did here. I want to just accumulate a whole bunch and get into the high 20s. And then when I get to the 1943 and the more interesting ones, then I spend my experience points. But I had to, just to salvage this. And it's really funny because when I spent them, I scored nothing. I was so downtrodden whenever that happened. Anyways, I believe so far, in terms of rules, I haven't made any mistakes rule-wise, but I have made mistakes like from time to time where, I forgot to say which way they were going to go and stuff like that. But that's more, I just forgot a step. So I'm feeling pretty good about this campaign so far. Please let me know if you do notice any egregious errors there. With that said, let's get going here. So I'm going to reset our map and go back to turn 1 and get out our handy dandy sheet here. Let's roll some dice. So we're going to roll for the map here. I got an 8, so that means we're on map 1. That's good. I'm going to roll right away whether we're even or odd. Let's figure that out. We're even, so we're going to be this formation up here. Okay, now we're going to do the mission type. I rolled a 10, so it's an outbound. So map 1, outbound, and this is where we want to roll some 10s, right here. And of course we roll 4. How bad is that? Well, we at least made the middle. So that's 6 OPs. I'm not going to spend experience points on that. And then let's roll for escorts. Oh, I have to pick my 6. Technically speaking, you must do your 6 first. I'm going to do 2, 4, 6. So we're going to use our 5 experts and then 1 veteran here. And there we go, a 10. A 10 on an outbound mission is L6S. So that means it's a light escort. I'm just going to take, I got to see that one, so I'll make sure he stays in. And we're going to take these, put them here, and the escorts don't arrive until turn 6. Now with this being an outbound mission, we're only going to get 1 victory point per plane. So at most we're going to get is 4. I need 15 to win. I'm at 8. So even if I have a perfect mission, I'm going to be at 12. And then I would need 3 more to round it out in mission 6. So there's a part of me that's thinking I need to do inbound for both. But I'm going to let it slide. I'm not too concerned if I fail to win in 1942. If anything, it just makes me do more fun campaigns later because my campaign will last longer. But I'm thinking more long term. I want the experience points for later. What I might do is, my strategy is I think I want to see how well I do with this. So let's say I do get to 11 or 12 victory points after this run, then I might force it to be inbound after this. So in doing so, I can maybe eke out a win on this season. We'll see. I sort of mentally wrote myself off as not going to win whenever I was sitting at 2 VP on mission 4. So maybe that was premature of me to do. But anyways, I won't belabor that point. Let's get going. So now we're going to get this open. We are on map 1, outbound, so page 5. Okay, I'm just going to use this die up here. 6. So we have 2 damage tokens. We'll do the one in the front first. So he has an engine damage and a wing. So I'm going to roll for the engine. Okay, that flips over. And then the wing. Is that a 9? Yes, it is. So we have a destroyed bomber already. Now here's the bummer part of it. We don't get any experience for that. That is experience given to a different staff that may have destroyed them on the inbound flight. So that now reduces our capability of getting points to just 3. So the best possible score we can have is 11 now. And just making sure. Yes, it's just 1 victory point on outbound or near targets. So 1 victory point. So all we can get is 11, which means we would be 4 away for the final mission. Okay, so we can do this. Same strategy. Let's see how well we do on this, and that'll determine whether we spend experience points next round. Okay, anchored, no sun. I rolled a 9. There is no sun in this mission. I always get sad there. Tactical points. I rolled a 7. So there's 3 tactical points. Moving that up. And last but not least, a very important one here. Ooh, I got a 9. So we do 10 turns. So this is interesting. Escorts are going to arrive on turn 6. And I think the part I was bummed about is, yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Escorts arrive on turn 6. So I got to do my damage right away and fast before those escorts arrive and start to cause problems. The good news is we already have a -1 on these boxes here, or I'm sorry, spaces. I'm going to use the right terminology. So without further ado, let's get going. There are no escorts right away, so I'm going to pile my experts up, and we're going to come in. This is interesting. I want to do tail low, but I think the smarter move is to come in from the front. And here's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at this 3. So coming from the tail, this is a bad approach. Whereas if you look at the front, it's a 2, a 1, and this is now a 1, and this is a 1. So, I'm sorry, this I don't even have to worry about. So this is a 1, and a 2. Much better. Okay, so I'm going to come in from the nose, low, and then my 1 guy, we're going to do, oh, hold on. Yes, I can do it. We're going to do low flank from this direction. Yes. Okay, so that's turn 1. We have 2 markers, so we do have to do a cohesion check. Okay, nothing happens there. We move on to turn 2. Okay, so normally I like to take turns to get to level, and because I think level is the best attack. But I want to get my damage in before those escorts arrive. So we're coming in low. There. Oh, I have to actually be in 2 different positions to get 2 altitudes to get this. That's fine. We just won't get this advantage here. We can't qualify for that. But we're going to qualify for Rata and Schwarm. That one we will get. Okay, so we're going to do the attack. We're going to do one more cohesion check. I got equal to them, but remember the rule is you have to be lower or less than. So I still didn't trigger it. I got close. Okay, and then in order to qualify for these advantages, we have to be determined. And this one you need 2 in the same space. And this one I just need 4. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in fact, coming from the front here. So I'm going to do 1. Oh, sorry, 1 for him. 1 for him. And 1 for him. And then I'm going to do 3 for this one. So I'm piling them up for this guy. And then this one's going to come in evasive from the side to attack this one. So he's attacking from the flank. And this is for those of you who have been watching, I do this strategy a lot. This guy's going to do the collision check in evasive mode. And then these guys will be safe from whatever I draw. So I'll guarantee I get the Schwarm, and the fact that I got 3 of them here, I'm guaranteeing I'm going to get the Rota too as well. So let's do that. Next up is we have to determine, everybody's going to be determined and he's going to be evasive, just 1 evasive. Next is the direction. All of my guys are going to the rear, except for 1. Okay, so let's see. This one is going to just dive straight through. This one is going to climb roll. So both of these guys are going to the flank. All 4 of these are going to climb to the tail. So we'll come in from the high tail on the way back. I for sure need 1 guy to go to the flank because I'm planning on maybe doing 2 swarms here. That's my thoughts. And then the reason I'm making this guy roll is because I don't want him to go into this 3 zone. So I'm going to have him go that way. That is really why I diverted him. And the other thing is I'm planning on one of these bombers to be taken out, and he'll probably be the one that goes and pursues them. So it doesn't matter where he ends up. So by avoiding this 3, that's my logic. So anyways, let's see, so now we're going to do, collision check. Here we go. So we got a proximity. I don't remember that one. Hold on a second. If evasive mode, treat as no collision. Ding, 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 ding. If determined, it would have been an automatic hit. Okay, so it's evasive mode, so we throw that away. I love that strategy. Okay, I love it when a plan comes together. Okay, now we're gonna draw some cards. I have 3 guys going after this bomber. I feel really good that I'm going to do some damage to that bomber. Obviously, I have to award, I get a Schwarm and I get a Rota. We're going to do the oblique guy first. So, or will we? No. We're going to do the one that has we're going to start with our lowest number guy first. So this guy is going to go first. He's attacking this one with a 1 from the nose, low. Okay, so nose, low. 1 determined. He takes a hit and he does a hit. Okay, this is Butt Fargan. And I guess we will use our bonus right away. And he has a progression of 1, so we will move him up that way by 1. And we're going to do a hit. And the hit is on the wing for 1. And I'm going to go ahead and use a swarm. And it's an engine. Ooh, okay, this is a good roll. Good roll. I rolled an 8, and there it is. So this bomber is fallen. And Buttfargen gets an experience point. Our staff gets an experience point. And this damage, along with this bomber, goes on the mission track right there. So we already got one. And then that puts a -1 in all the other zones. That's what I was shooting for. Now, the only thing that stinks about it, because I used a swarm, I really should have used the swarm on this guy. Because he's coming in from the oblique and there's nobody for him to attack. So I wasn't thinking this through. All I did was stay in a Holiday Inn last night. Okay, so it's a 1 low. He takes a hit. And even worse, he's going to progress through to here. But he takes a hit and I don't have anything to absorb the hit with him. So that stinks. And it's a bad one, a very bad one. Okay, so I didn't plan that out super well, or play it out well, but that's okay. That's how it goes. Next thing we're gonna do is why am I being so suspenseful? Let's do these 3 and just see what happens. Get this oblique card put away. And I'm gonna grab 3 nose cards. Remember, we're coming in on low, and it's gonna be a 1, and they're all determined. So low, 1, determined. He's going to progress 1 and just takes a hit. So this one progresses 1 to there. And all these guys have the luck ability, so we're gonna be okay. Mission 5, luck. So no damage for him. Next is Adamite. Low. Determined. 1. He takes a hit. So mission 5. Luck. And nothing happens there. This isn't good. Okay, next. Nose, low 1. If I would have kept it as a 2, I would have done some hits here. So Schmidt uses his luck. At this point, I'm not even wanting to use my swarm because I don't know what 1 hit's going to do against this bomber. So I'm going to let it go. And that bomber basically takes no damage whatsoever. And then last but not least, let's do the guy up there. Nose, low, 1. See, he just progresses 1 through to there. But I am going to use my final swarm. We're going to get that damage in. And it's a wing. Ooh, let's get a 10. Come on, 10. All right. So he's got some wing damage on him. And we're going to have some interesting choices to do here, assuming that 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we're going to do Buttfargen first. He's in a 1 zone. In direct, he is climb rolling. He takes a hit. Buttfargen does still have some luck. So now I don't feel so bad for using that token. So he survives, and he was direct, so he's going to return there. Okay, next is going to be the one that has damage. He is diving. He's evasive, so he takes no damage. And we put him here in the evasive box with damage. Okay, next we'll do the one in the back. He's in a 1 zone. He is climbing and he takes a hit, and that is Kramer or Kremler, and we'll go ahead and use his luck. So he survives and returns high. Okay, next we're just gonna do Schmidt there. His name is my name too. He's in a 1. They're all climbing, by the way. So no damage, so he returns. Next is gonna be Adamite. He takes a hit, and he already used his luck, so that's not good. That's a bad one. And then last but not least, we're gonna roll a die. Let's go ahead and use the tower. We got an even, so place a damage marker on the nearest bomber. That's good. We always like damage on the bombers. So we got wing damage, a really high wing damage. Okay, so this is 4 wing damage on that bomber. But the bad news is he takes the damage. And I believe everybody's used their luck skills so far. So my hope of doing another swarm is gone. Let's put it that way. There's no hope there. And I got a lot of damage I'm going to have to resolve. So let me get my cards put away here. Apologize, I'm going to do some cleanup. Okay, so now we move to round 4. See, I moved the tactical points. Now we move to turn 3. We still got a few turns before those escorts arrive, but Fargan's going to move up. These two are going to move up. Everybody else stays. So let's do one at a time here. We're going to do this one here, the fuselage of 8. And we'll do this. 3. So he takes fuselage damage, and he's out. We're going to do the cockpit of 6 using the red die, and the fuselage of 7 using the black die. We got a 9, so the red die passes, but the black die fails. So Adamite is going to go to the fuselage as well. And this one, Swigert, lives for another day. Okay. Next we do is cohesion check. And grab a die. We'll just roll it up here. That's a 10. That's not good. We needed that last time. Turn 4. Okay. I can't do... I could get a rota with this. I want to pursue that bomber. That's what's going through my mind. I'm going to use a rule that I had explained as any optional rules for the base game, but it's a mandatory rule for the advanced game. So let's do this. This one will pursue. So he's going to come off the map to pursue that bomber. And then these two are going to do, gosh darn it, I don't remember what it's called, but it's, oh, why don't I remember? It's called regroup. Thank you. I'm thanking myself for finding it. Regroup. So we're going to do a regroup. So what that means is I'm going to take the mission flight limit and reduce it to 9 because I have plenty of turns in this mission. And I'm going to use these two. So their move action is to regroup. And so this is going to go up by 2. And then during the return phase, this one's going to come in, so all 3 of them are together. And then we're going to do another cohesion check. Still not enough. And that's the end of the turn. So our mission turn is going to go to 5. And I need to take a quick break, and I will resume this within 30 seconds. Thank you. And welcome back. We're going to start turn 5. And we are down to 3. And without any better strategy, we're coming in tail high for all 3. We only have 2 bombers left, and we are 1 turn away before the escorts arrive. So it's now or never, I guess. So the question we have is, do I want to try to get this Rata? And I just never do well with these collision checks. Yeah, I'm not going to risk it. We've already used up all of our luck, so everything we're doing is very risky here. But I'm going to have Zweigert go there, and Schmidt go there, and then Kremler will do an evasive like that. And then we will still have to, okay, so where were they going to go? They're all going to the nose. He will climb, and the other ones will dive. And they're coming in high, all of them. So we can indicate that like so. Yeah, let's do it. All right, collision check. I'm going to obviously use the evasive guy for the collision check. And there it is. It's a veer. Had I not done that, it would have been disastrous. So once again, never trust the collision check. So we get to avoid that. That's good. So we got 3 coming from the tail. So I'm going to draw 3 tail cards. Did I remember everything? Yes, I did. I don't qualify for any of these. Yeah, we're good to go. Okay, let's do the guy all by himself in the back there. It is a 1. I know you can't see it. It's a 1 there. So he's coming in determined, tail high, 1, and boom, we got a hit. Very good. Let's hope it's a good one. It's a fuselage. That's a turret hit, actually. That's one we don't normally see. Okay, and then we'll do the evasive guy. This is a 1 due to the -1. So we're going to come in evasive, tail high, 1, boom, hit. I should have done the other guy. I would have gotten a hit on... Okay, that one's a good promising 1. And then the last one, tail high, 1. Oh, look at that. So had I done it the other way around, where he was the determined one, I would have gotten a hit on the bomber, and then I would have gotten another hit on the bomber with this way. But look at this. I get 2 hits on Schmidt. Oh, Jerry, what are you doing to us? And they're both awful, awful hits. We did no damage to the bombers at all. Well, actually, no, we did 1 up there. I'm sorry. No damage to this bomber. Sorry, I'm pausing because I'm angry. Okay, let's put this away. 3 continuing fires. We'll do the evasive guy first. If dive rolling, skip. He's not dive rolling, but he's evasive, so nothing happens. And so he will go to here. Next guy is diving. Debris. So let's see what we get. We want an even number. Always want evens. There we go. Put a damage marker on the nearest bomber. There we go. It is a 1. Okay, and no damage to him. So he's already got plenty. And now we got the last guy there. Lucky shot. Our last guy is an expert. It's Zweigert. Yes, he is. He's an expert. So if the pilot is expert and a bomber is in its space, the bomber is damaged. All right. I love that one. All right, we got a wing shot. I was trying to say shot and hit at the same time. I apologize for that. Okay, I did not roll high enough, and that's 4 damage on him. If I can get this bomber to fall, that is 5 damage right there. He's automatically destroyed. That's a victory point right there, folks. As long as I can pursue him. But he's still flying right now. I can't get him to fall out of the group yet. So we'll bring him back. And we're done. Clean up some markers. Now we go to turn 6. The escorts are here. So for the move step, we're going to come up to high. Those two aren't going to move. And we're going to do recovery. So let's start with the easy one. He's a 2. Well, that made it look like it was harder than it needed to be. But so he avoids damage, which is good. Now this one, I'll do a red 7 and a black 9. Miracle roll time. There's a red 7, but not a black 9. So the black 9 is cockpit. So Schmidt took a cockpit damage, and he's out of the match. So I am down to 2 fighters and 2 bombers. So if I want to get a perfect score, I can't afford to lose anything else. All right, so now we're going to roll for these escorts. I rolled a 10, so they all arrive below trailing. So now we're going to see what they do. I rolled a 6, which is flank level 8 to 10 o'clock. That's right here. Okay, and now we're going to do the cohesion check, which is a lot more interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got a 5. That's good. We're now loose. So we move on to turn 7. Okay, so I'm in the nose high, which, by the way, takes a lot of damage. You get hit a lot doing nose high approach. So I have to do damage now. We're at that spot where the bombers have to go down now, or we're not going to get to finish the mission. So I have to go now. He's going to move up to return, and we'll do the escort. I rolled a 5, so he's going to go tail low, which is over there. Now I'm going to roll for cohesion, and I really need this to fail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because this got added, we were able to fail, so that's good. And this might work out. It really might. I need this fighter to do some damage. So, which one am I going to go after? I think I want to go after the guaranteed victory point one. We got to knock him out. Oh. I don't think it matters which one I go after. If they fail a cohesion check, you know what? I'm going to go after this one because that one is contributing 3 markers to the cohesion check. And so what I need is so if this one falls out and I fail another cohesion check, that one will also fall out. So since this one only has 2 markers on it, he's the one I want to take out. but I do run a risk that I won't be able to take either of them out. It doesn't matter. Let's not overthink this. So I'm going to go after this one here. It is a 0 because of the kaput and that. Which way am I going to go? I'm going to climb. I am going to dive roll. So I'm going to dive roll that way. And he's coming in high. So let's not forget that. I don't get any advantages, no collision checks. So here we go. We're going to draw a nose card. A nose high, 0. He progresses 2, which means he's going to go 1, 2, like so. And he does a hit, which is awesome. So let's see what happens here. The hit is a wing, so I'm not going to get an automatic from the roll. So he's a guaranteed kill as well, if we can knock him out. But unfortunately, I didn't knock him out with my fighter. So we'll do continuing fire now. It's a 1. He was determined. If dive rolling, skip continuing fire, and he is dive rolling. What an awesome choice. See, it was like I was Nostradamus himself figuring out that that's what was going to happen. All right, so he returns with no hit. That was quite lucky. Okay, so we are done with the attack. We move to turn 8. He's going to move up. He's moving up. And we have a escort first. Roll to 3. So you're going to go tail low. So this goes to the low tail, and this one's just going to come back. And then cohesion check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's a really good chance we're going to get one of these. So as long as I don't roll a 9 or a 10, let's go. Oh, I got an 8, but the good news is that goes up, and it's whichever one has the most damage. They're both the same, so I think we get to pick. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this one. And he falls. So the staff gets experience for that, but no pilot. And we have a bomber on turn 8. It comes out like that. And we move on to turn 9. So Kremler here is going to pursue. And so is Weigert. He's going to pursue. And we are in a weird rule zone again. So let's see what the rules say. And I will explain once I find the page. You know what? It doesn't matter. Here's what I was going to look up. What happens? So like I had to do a move now. It's the last turn of the game. So I put both of my fighters into pursuit phase. What would have happened if this was in kaput and that bomber fell out of formation? Had that bomber fallen out of formation the very same turn that we went into pursuit, so could I pursue them is the question. And all you do is only if a baller is fallen out and its damage markers are on the turn track. I think I could have done it. That might be a good Board Game Geek question. That's a very interesting. But that's not our scenario. Whenever this bomber fell out of the group, this improved to loose element. So the worst we're going to get is this is going to go to kaput, and then the mission ends. So I'm not going to bother with escorts because there's nobody for them to hit. So we're going to just clean up. We're done. Even if they would have failed, I don't think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, that wouldn't even have been a fail. But let's say if it was, the worst that was going to happen is that was going to go to kaput. So we weren't going to get this last bomber. There was nothing we could do to get him. So he lived for another day where he crashed into the wilderness and nobody saw it. Okay, so with that said, let's pull out our pursuit map and we'll do them in order. So this guy, actually, let's do these ones first. The ones in the back here. So this one we know is an automatic kill. So the pursuit's automatic. You can see 5 damage in a wing. That's a destroyed plane. So no experience for our planes, but our staff is going to get 2 experience points and 1 victory point. So that's an easy one. Let's get that one out of the way and send our guys home. Okay, now let's do the Buttfargen one. I have 5 tactical points here. So we're going to start with 5 tactical points. I always like coming in nose high. I don't know why. Just because it's the most expensive. Why not? All right, we got 2 engine and a wing. So let's do the engine first. So for the first token, we rolled a 3. So nothing happens, but we get 2 tactical points. So 2 tactical points goes up. For the next engine, we now have 2 markers there, so we use the middle row. So I got a 5, and I needed a 6. So we get 3 tactical points for the second engine damage. So it's 1, 2, and then I think this flips over to 10 for 3. Okay, so nothing there. And then we have 1 wing damage, so we got to do a roll there. Okay, so this bomber is not destroyed. And so we're going to start in. I'm going to do nose high. Let's roll for the sun. That actually might change. Actually, that is perfect. The sun is nose high. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do nose high with the sun. And since I have a lot of tactical points, I'm going to go evasive. I know it's going to cost me 1 tactical point to go from the evasive box back to the return, but I don't have any luck left, and I don't want to take damage. And this nose high seems to be a very high damage area, so I'm going to come in nose high evasive. It is a 0, and I would have done a hit if it was determined. So that was crap. Okay, so this goes away. I land. I'm going to have to spend a TP to come back over, so let's switch this to a 9. And now I get to go again. You know what? I'm going to do that again, which costs 3. 1, 2, 3. And now I'm going to go determined and watch it flip on me. Oh, there we go. Determined is a hit, but I have to do a collision check. Let's do the collision check first. These always scare me. Oh, duh. Okay, no impact. That was good. Okay, now we do the hit. But Fargan is the luckiest guy ever. So we don't, remember, you don't roll for this side. You just flip it over. So we have 2 fuselage damage. And I just put that on like so. And that's only 2 out of 8. Oh, and so he makes it back to the return box. So now we got to decide what we're going to do. I'm at 6 tactical points at the moment. I really like the sun. So I'm going to come back again one more time. Direct. 1, 2, 3. And let's see if we can get another hit. So throw in another card here. We do take a hit. And so I'm going to go ahead and use the dice tower here. We need an even number. I did not get an even number, so I take the hit. That is not good. and it's a 6. Okay, but we do a hit. So let's see if we get him. And it's a wing 4. Boom! The plane spirals out of the sky and crashes into the ground. So we got him. All right, so with that said, Buttfargan is going to get 2 experience points. So he levels up. So we're going to get his special ability of that. That lets him do an extra damage. And we get 2 experience point for the staff. And we get another victory point. So we're going to finish with 10 victory points. And then we get 6 more, so 15 experience points for the staff. Okay, so last but not least, we need to get a 6 or better to save Buttfargan, so let's roll. Look at that, we got a 9. Buttfargan survives again. My son just wants us to say that name as much as possible. So we get, gets to go home. As our most experienced pilot, and he was able to take out that bomber. So we made it to 10. We are 5 away. So at 2 victory points each, I would need to down 3, which is 1 more bomber than I was able to this last time around. This is quite the dilemma. I think I'm going to have to spend all my experience points to try to get that victory. And I think it is prudent to try to get a victory when I can and not bank on the fact that I can do it later. But we have more pressing matters. We have 3 guys here. So let's start with the cockpit one, Schmidt. I got an 8. BF 109 with an 8 crashes. Dang it. So now I need a good number, a really good number. I got a 9. Yes! Schmidt survives. And he gets another experience point. Well done. Adamite. We need a 7 to 10. Okay, that wasn't good. So the 3 puts him here. Now we need a 5 or better. Oh, no, no. Adamite dies. We just lost another expert. And cross that out. So now we'll call the next guy Adam. Why not? Okay. Oh, Adam has to get, and he gets panic. So Adam has the panic green skill. All right, come on, Grim. You need to roll better. I rolled a 2. Okay, that's just as bad. I need a 5 or better. I rolled a 7. Oh, he lands successfully. So Grim gets his first experience point. So we are now down to 4 experts. And that's not good. Okay, well, I'm going to end this. We are moving on to 1942, Mission 6. I will end this video and actually start that next video right away. Thanks for watching, and feel free to enter comments if you feel that I should try to do some other stuff, but I think I'm going to go right away, and we're going to go for the win. So let's see how it goes. Stay tuned.